Happy Hump Day Wednesday. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all my new subscribers and those who continue to tune in from week to week. I am super excited about today's video. You all knew I had said a new pattern release was coming out, and so today is my full review and sharing some different things during the testing phase and some adjustments that I made for these Largo cargos. So if you follow me over on Instagram or saw the short over here on YouTube, you know that yesterday that Love Notions dropped their new pattern, and it is called the Largo cargo pants. And so I have all of my notes here because I want to make sure that I did not leave anything out. So I was a pattern tester. For those who do not know, I am a brand ambassador for Love Notion Patterns. So there will be a link in the description box. Feel free to use my link. You do not have to, but with using my link, not only do I receive commission from it, but you can also save an additional 10% off when you check out using the code SewNaturalDane 3. I'll put that on the screen, but use that at checkout. It is on sale right now until Monday, September 25th, 2023. I am recording this a little bit in advance, but yeah, those are the sale dates. So let me jump right into it. This is a really good one. So you all, I have not shared my fall pattern plans and anything at this point, but on my list are a pair of cargo pants. And so when this one came up for testing, I was all for it. I was like, yes, these are super cute. Yes, definitely what I'm looking for. So let me just get into some of the particulars. Now, one of the things I want to share with you, actually, I want to say I did record this. I'll pop it in here. What I did, you all know I tried to share as much of the fitting process and any updates I would have had to make on a pattern. And so, yeah, let me just drop right in here my fitting when I first was during the testing phase of these pants. Okay, so here is my test fit of the Largo cargos. I do like the fit. Of course, I didn't do the full length of the pant. I just wanted to see how things fit up in here. So I did a 22 at the waist. I know once the belt loops are on, that will feel comfortable. I still almost feel like I can go down to a 20 on the waist. But that will mean, because I did a 22, I did a 28 on those front pieces because I have a full belly and I wanted to make sure I had enough room here. But I think here is still snug. Maybe I will go up one more, or I might keep it this length, and then I'm debating if I'm gonna go up a size. You will find out. Now, because I left this a 28 and my waistband a 22, as you can tell, it came up too short. So whatever size I do decide to go here, I have to remember to take into account the waistband needs to be longer. So it's not really doing what I wanted to do because I just put the zipper in just for placement. But you're not supposed to see the zipper. And for me, I'm thinking, okay, once I put the zipper in how it's supposed to, I definitely need more room to accommodate my belly. However, that might mean this, and because the weight of fabric I'm using is a twill, so I might be okay. It's just going to be a little bit more room down here. It fits well in the back. There are no drag lines. The crotch depth works great for me. And so, yeah, I will have to extend the size 22 longer. I'll probably extend it 1 inch on each side just to make sure I have enough. So when I add my snap, that'll be fine. And then this here area, all I need is about a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. So that I will go up one more around here, but it will mean I will have more room up in here, which is fine. I don't have like, it's just protruding here. It's not like I have the drag lines, and you can see from the sides too. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking I will have to do. But yeah, test fit for the Largo cargo. So as you can tell, at the time it was very tight around the fullest part of my belly. Now here's the thing, here's the caveat. So my waist currently is at 41, 42, and my hip is still pretty much staying stable. I have been maintaining my weight pretty much for the past over a year, ever since we moved and all of that. However, within the past 3-4 months, I have put back on some inches and put back on a little bit of weight, and I'm back into the groove, because now there was inflammation and all this, so now yeah, we got to deal with that. But aside from that, what I notice when I do gain weight and it starts coming back into that fullest part of my belly first, and so you can tell during the fit it was pretty tight around my belly. My waist was fine. What I did for my, if I didn't mention it in the test fit, it was a 22 and a 28. 22 at the waist and 28 at the hip. As a matter of fact, quickly, the sizing goes from a size 0 to 32, and there is in this final version that you are getting a full belly option. That was one of the suggestions I had during the testing phase, that it would be awesome if this had a full belly option. And once the full belly option was added, that's what we have here. So, but the sizing, just so you know, from the waist, it goes from a 0, which is a 24 inch, and this is finished garment. Finished garment 0, 24 inch. Full belly is a 26 inch, and then your finished garment up to a size 32. Standard is 50 inches, and your full belly waist is 52 inches, and your hip is 62. Very, 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 very size inclusive. Absolutely love it. I do appreciate, shout out to Love Notions for adding that full belly option, because I did need it. It's the waist part that, as you can tell, there's a difference between my waist and my hip. Now the thing is, I had to take in, usually when I do my measurements, I do my, depending on what it is, for this, since it's bottoms, I'm looking at my waist and my hip. However, because I know, and take this in consideration, if you know, if you're shaped similar or like me, where, okay, you do have fuller hips, but that lower part of your tummy tends to protrude out a little bit more, and cause a little bit more fullness, like you saw in my fitting, you want to use that as your measurement guide, and then see from there if you need to taper in right underneath that full belly area. And so for me, the way I like my clothes to fit, I did not do any tapering. I stuck with the 22 at the waist and full belly 28 at the bottom. And so how did I grade that? I only graded the side and the back piece. I did not do anything with this front fly shield area or anything, take any of that in, which, if you notice in my fit, I believe it was short. My waistband was short, and that's because I didn't extend, because I knew I was using the rest of the cargo at the larger size. I knew I needed to make that waistband longer, not increase in size, but longer, so I can so it reaches all the way around. So, and I did do that with this. I added an inch to the waistband piece, just so I knew, make sure that it would extend over properly for closure. And so keep that in mind. So for your full belly option, you are using a longer zipper. So for me, because I did the 20 waist, 28 hips, I used a 10-inch zipper. I actually used a metal zipper. And so that's what I did. The only other adjustment I made was to the length. After I completed the pants, I saw some of the other versions where it looked like the pants were long. a little bit long, and so for me, I'm 5'7" for reference, and so for me, I took off, and this says it's 4, 5, 6, but I found the pants still extremely long, and so, or at least long for my taste. So I took off 2 inches off the hem when I right before I hemmed these. I just waited to see where were they hitting and where would I like them to hit, especially if I decide to wear a wedge heel or something like that. Where would I want them to fall? And so for me, I took off 2 inches, and you'll be able to tell in the video that I'll pop up here how they look. The fabric I use is from my stash. This is, I've had this in my stash at least 2 years. This is from Nick of Time Textiles. I'll hold it up in a moment. I know I bought this probably Black Friday 2 or 3 years ago. It had to be 2 or 3 years ago. So it had been languishing, but it's always intended to be cargo pants. That was always the intention for this army green cotton twill. I don't know if they still have this in stock or not. I will leave a link to Nick of Time Textiles down in the description box. You can go searching to see my contrast. As you can tell, the flap on my, and I'll bring it up closer here in a moment, the flap on my cargo pocket is a animal print, as well as the belt loops, which I did add later. I am currently waiting for a belt to come in from Amazon. By the time I'm recording this, it will get here like a day or two after I'm recording this, but that's okay, because I know I am back on track in some of the inflammation and everything that I was dealing with around my waist. I knew I would need a belt, and so I did end up adding the belt loops. When I first finished it, I did not add belt loops, but I just recently went back and added the belt loops, because I thought, oh, you know, I'm going to need a belt on these, and and the inside, but I'm getting ready to show the inside to you in a moment. Let me go over the instructions, and also the strap on the side, which I will say, admittedly, if you can tell on the pattern cover, this is supposed to be twisted, and I forgot to twist mine, but it still looks good. But I wanted certain things to have a different fabric, and so this fabric, I picked this up from a Etsy shop. It was, what's the name of that Etsy shop? I wrote it down. Animal print is from, I'll put it on the screen, and I think I'll have to look at my orders. I think it's called All Stitched Up. Yes, All Stitched Up from Etsy. I will link to her shop down in the description box. Let's see here. I did cut, one of the things I did do, the instructions are really good. If this is, I want to say advanced beginner, because you do have that fly shield in the front. The closure does call for a button. I use, you all know, typically if I make anything with pants or something that have a closure, I love snaps, metal snap closure. So that's what I use for my closure at the waist, as well as on the side pocket, but I'll get into that in a moment. The instructions, I found the instructions to be very good. There were updates made along the way. I will admit to that. There were some updates just so things are a little bit clearer, but in the final version that you all are getting, yes, the instructions are really clear. And I want to say there was a video added around the, could have been the zipper area. There might be an insert for a video there in the final version. I'll put that on the screen if I got that wrong. But it's a really good pattern. What I will suggest, a couple things. You, like with any pants, at least for me, I typically don't add the pocket where the pattern suggested. Once I get to where I have maybe basted the seams just to check the fit, I will mark where the pattern says the pocket is to go, and then once I just try on for just a final, make sure all is well, I will look in the mirror to see, will I like where that pocket is sitting. And so it's rare, usually I have to go down a little bit or something like that, but the actual pocket placement on these were absolutely perfect, so I did go with that. Another thing that I have done is for the actual pocket flap on the side. I double-sided mine, so I cut the flap out twice, just so when it, because this is functional, so if this was ever to, if I were to open this, you don't see the wrong side of the fabric, you still see a pretty side of the fabric. So I did do that for the pocket, the side pocket there. What else did I want to say? So for me, like I mentioned earlier, the waistband. So the waistband, because I still did a 28 right under the waist down, I still needed to make sure the waistband was long enough that it will over, you know, it will cross over, so I can add the snap on there, because my test version, it wasn't long enough. So I knew that was an adjustment I was going to have to make based on what I did to my pattern. And so I will share that with you. I think that is all. It really is a really good sew. If you're looking for some cargo pants, this is a good one. And again, because Love Notions instructions are really good, but the full belly option for me was definitely a winner, because that fullest part of my belly is currently protruding out, is causing protrusion out of for any pants that I make wider than my hip. So I have to take that into consideration. So again, shout out for Love Notions for updating the pattern during testing to include the full belly option. So let me go ahead and grab these and share them with you. Okay, here are the pants. I just want to show you a couple details. You will see in picture and video here how they look, but here they are. And this is what I was saying about the details, what I did differently. I wanted my belt loops to be in the animal print, the inside, as you can tell, because you do have the option to serge this, add binding, or turn it under. I wanted to add binding, so I had some black polyester satin binding that I just added all around the bottom there. Absolutely love it. So obviously nobody can see this but me, but I absolutely love it. And so of course the snap, this is what I was saying about the overlap. Me extending it an inch helped me, because I knew this part of the pattern I did go use a size 22. So when I said I took it in to a 22, so the pattern piece here, I went into a 22, and then I graded out to, maybe I did about 2 inches, and then I graded back out to a 28. That's what I did. And for the sides as well. And so, but yeah, I still had to make the waistband a little longer because of that. Because this, here, this fabric, the animal print, is a cotton. I interfaced everything obviously for this, but I interfaced the actual belt loops as well, just because I was thinking over time, over where would they start, you know, feeling a little weak or something like that. So I just interfaced them. And they go on easy. You add the belt loops at the very end. Like I said, initially I didn't have belt loops on mine, and then I went back and added the belt loops because I ordered the belt that I know I'm going to eventually need to wear with this. And there are, how many is it? 5 belt loops. So you have the back, obviously there, the sides, and then the 2 front. Then you have your 2 front pockets, which are super deep. These are so deep. I love how deep these are. I just absolutely love this pattern. And then my back pockets, as you can see where they sit, for me is good. Like I said, and they're deep. They're wide and deep. And so that's why I highly recommend, once you kind of based all your seams for your final, go ahead and just see where you want, if that's sitting, if those pockets are sitting where you want. As you can tell, my strap, this is supposed to be twisted, but but that's okay. It still looks good, and I wanted to use that contrast, and I did interface this the strap as well. And then the pocket, let me just share with you the pocket. And again, you see I use snaps. This is a functional pocket that you can open and close and put things in, nice and deep, so cute. And this is what I mean. So the wrong side of the fabric would have been showing once this was open, so that's why I doubled my pocket piece. So when it's open, it's pretty on the front and on the back. And then you can also tell that I show you the snap in the front. So my front is snapped, and I used, you have your fly shield right here, but I did use a metal zipper. I did use a metal zipper on the front. So when I tell you I absolutely love these, the crotch length for me was good on this, all of that. So I like my pants, as I'll pop up video and pictures here. This is how I like my pants to fall on me, and without, I'm not much, I have made tapered pants before, but I think I like that in between, not all the way tapered and not overly wide, unless they're culottes, and then the culottes are usually shorter anyway. But yeah, I like the fit of these, and I like how they fall on me. You do have different fabric options, so it calls for your different weights of woven, so do take that in consideration. If you use a linen, especially a lighter weight linen, you know it's going to drape differently on you. Again, this is a cotton twill, so it is a little bit more sturdy. It's not heavy as a denim, but it is a little bit more sturdy. I am so happy with all my top stitching. I'm just happy with how these turned out. I was so excited to test these. I highly recommend the pattern. If you have any questions, leave them down in the description box, I'm sorry, in the comment section for me, and I will definitely answer those as soon as possible. But yeah, my belt is on the way, and I just ordered a simple black belt, because then I can wear it with pretty much anything if I need it. But yeah, I absolutely love these. These are the Love Notions Largo cargos. Head on over, the link will be in the description box if this was something you were looking for, especially for my full belly ladies. This is a good one. You will enjoy this pattern. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. I upload every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, we will see you on Sunday. Bye.